as I promised earlier, the paste came out great. Put it in the oven a little bit longer, and it's a perfect paste. And here, I took some of it and put it inside olive oil. That way, the olive oil takes on the taste. I can rub it on the meat a little easier. And then I can just add this to olive oil and whatnot. Or I can just use it as a paste. So I'm going to pause it, sit down, and tell you about how I did it. So, on this paste that I'm going to use for smoking tomorrow, the ingredients initially are basil, fresh out of the garden, onion, garlic. Then I added jalapeno, serrano, and sauteed them in olive oil. I added peppercorn medley, brown sugar. That's, I literally took, you go to the store to buy the peppercorn medley. I think it's an 8 ounce can. I just dumped it in there. And I also added actually a whole can of the bagel toppings that you can buy. Just the whole deal. Just dumped it in there. Uh, Sauteed that with the uh, oh, I also put it in a Roma tomato, chopped up. I sauteed it, uh, added not ground the pink sea salt. I added ground sea salt, and the brown sugar. I added about 5 tablespoons. It got caramelized a little bit too much for me. So today, this was yesterday, I let it sit overnight in the pan. And today, I'm like, okay, no problem. Got another tomato, about 5 cloves of garlic. You can add garlic all you want. Uh, so what I did, I added all this, the garlic, a tomato, and blended that up with my mom's. No, hold back. I added more brown sugar. Man. And so, okay, it's coming out fairly good. I added some of the paste into it, and I added my mom's chunky hot sauce and some of her, uh, what is it? It's an Argentinian steak top. It's green. I can't remember the name of it, but no matter. I mean, you can do whatever with it. Blended it up real good. Added a little bit of olive oil, some ketchup. Blended it up some more, and spread it into my that mix. And by then I put it in a roasting pan, so it wasn't so thick, because I'd done it in my standard stainless steel pan. And then I took more of the mix that wasn't wet, added some water, more brown sugar, and some hot sauce, vinegar, apple cider vinegar, as a matter of fact, and blended that up. The ratio on the water doesn't matter. I just wanted it slightly soupy. Poured that in there, mixed it, threw it in the oven at 255 degrees, 250, you know how ovens are. And let it just dry to where the paste thickened up more, to where you could make it stick, and that's what I did. So in the first part of the video, when I showed the olive oil soaking it up and the other soap, what I'm thinking of doing is pulling out a stick of butter. Follow me here. I'll let it warm up, get a little soft. You can add this to it and then add it to your meat to where it sticks better, which, you know, in the previous video you saw, well, no, it was a picture. I've got a picnic roast covered with just a standard paste, nothing else added, before I thinned it and cooked it down some more. And you could just see it turning brown on the picnic roast. The whole picnic roast, where I got it on there, it's just turning a little brown, soaking in. Yeah, the fat not so much. That's what I'm thinking, either butter or the olive oil mix I have. So I'm thinking of doing that tonight. I mean, it's still early. You can use it any way you want to get it on the meat. Let it sit overnight, let it soak in, then throw it in the smoker. It's just something else you can do. I've got different herbs in there, not a whole lot. You know, rosemary, thyme, not enough to make a big, huge difference, but we'll see tomorrow when I cook it, because you never know with herbs. You don't have to go, a little goes a long way. Yeah, I got the basil in there, but I shredded it. You know, I've got this little fruit juicer, this juicer that works great for this. I'm even thinking of going and buying whole bean coffee, or just regular coffee, because I'm running a little low anyways, and blending it in there with it, because coffee, I've found, is just wonderful on red meat. I won't put it on the chicken, even though it's chicken quarters, but it's still, you know, it's chicken. But on a roast or a steak, dude, it gives you a crust. So, yeah, try it. It's simple. In the comments, hit me up for more information. You can make this at home. You don't have to go out and buy your own rub. I just wanted to try something different, and I found out, I tried it in a burger yesterday. And man, it was great. So, also, and I may do it tonight, just show you what I'm doing, is I make broth for my dog. And I add it to his food, which I already used Purina 1. And a 1/4 pound of his dog food with half a cup of broth. Man, he loves it. So I'm gonna take my cousin gave me some ham bone. It's got a whole lot of ham meat on it. I've got some chicken bones. I picked up some cow hooves that are already cut, and then of course I got a picnic roast, so it's got a bone in it. Saturday, I boil all these down. Part of them go to my neighbors, the rest goes to my dog. Actually, my neighbors will probably get more because my dog's got bones everywhere. He's a pup. He's a spoiled pup. But I'll show what I go through. And here's the thing, you can make this broth. You don't have to give it to your dog. You can keep it for yourself. But what I plan on doing is taking all these bones and also smoking them. And that way, when I make the broth, it's got a little smoky flavor. And you can do this for yourself. Think about it. You make stuffing and you use this broth, and you get that little bit of flavor. So I'm right now that I just thought about it, I can cut this. It's a 12-pound picnic roast. I can cut it up right now into big chunks. That way the bone gets smoked. And if I had a bone saw, cut that bone in half to get the marrow into that broth. I try to get the bones soft enough during the cooking process to where I could snap halfway through. That way it gets the broth in there, some of the fat, and I mean, your dog, yourself, it's that collagen. It's healthy for us. It's super healthy for our pets. And it's funny, even my cat, she'll come up and the dog will defer to her, and she'll lick up that broth and maybe take a little bit of his dog food. They play for a couple hours out in the backyard together. You know, it's not only doing something for yourself, your family, you're doing something for your fur babies. So when I make that broth, I'll post a video for it. Now I'm thinking about it, I may go ahead and cut that roast up so it's big slabs. And I can always cut it up for sandwich meat or whatever. Anyways, you guys have a great evening. I'm gonna go back to this one-sided game, or I may just find something else to watch.